Please take a moment and listen to this, because we need to answer a question here. And this is not a rhetorical device. It's not a joke. This matters. It is probably the central concern that is stopping us from getting where we need to be with this pandemic. The reason we aren't where we need to be is not because of the science. It's not because of the government effort. It is because the president doesn't want to own this situation. You have to know that. It's not about politics. Just hold on for a second before you go there. This is about what he thinks is good for him, and he told you that today. We have argued consistently here that the president refuses to take control of this pandemic because he cares more about how it looks for him than he cares about you. Now, that's harsh. I know. I don't want to say it. I have to say it. And tonight, he told you this in his own way. He gave us the best proof that we are right about him. Here it is.
You know, it's interesting. He's got a very good approval rating, and I like that. It's good. Because remember, he's working for this administration. He's working with us, John. We could have gotten other people. We could have gotten somebody else. It didn't have to be Dr. Fauci. He's working with our administration. And for the most part, we've done pretty much what he and others, Dr. Birx and others who are terrific, recommended. And he's got this high approval rating. So why don't I have a high approval rating with respect, and the administration, with respect to the virus? So it sort of is curious. A man works for us, with us very closely, Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx, also highly thought of. And yet they're highly thought of, but nobody likes me.
But nobody likes me. Now, you have to understand something. I'm no psychologist. I am a little bit of a Trumpologist. I've been around this man a long time. And the idea that, well, just cut him out. When you cut the president out, you get exactly where you are right now. Nowhere. Nothing will happen if he doesn't want it to happen. It can't. Yes, Congress should do more. Yes, it's wrong for the Senate to sleep on the aid package. Yes, frankly, it's wrong for Pelosi and Schumer and the other Democrats not to be jumping up and down in outrage over the inaction. They say things, but not enough. That's all fair criticism. Nothing will change without him, and you now know why we are where we are. If he is not liked, if he doesn't think something is good for him, he will do nothing on that subject. What he will do is try to destroy what seems to be better than he is. Now, no one around him is going to answer the question he just asked, but I will, because that's the job. The reason people don't like you the way they like Tony Fauci has nothing to do with like and everything to do with trust, Mr. President. Fauci has been straight. Birx has played more to covering for you, but admittedly, both have said when they did things wrong. They both have showed proof, facts, for why people should and should not do certain things. With Tony Fauci, we know the motivation is to help, to keep us safe. I know that personally. I also know personally that it is not true with you. You are motivated only to help yourself. And somebody or some group helped you believe that ducking the pandemic is a better move for you than owning the reality. And frankly, you should fire those people, because by lying about the virus, by denying states help, by defying the science and pushing bogus notions, you have made the pandemic worse. It has taken over the economy as the main issue, and you are now making your chances of winning again worse. You see it in the polls, and it is all because of this. The reason you are not where Birx and certainly Fauci are, you revealed in what you did last night. This retweet. When you decided to retweet nonsense, attacking them because you don't like the pandemic, and you don't like that he is liked. If you aren't liked, then you must destroy who is liked. You've always been this way. You're doing it now, but it's hurting you most of all. You retweet junk that our nation's top infectious disease expert, the person you just said, is your main guy. And last night you put out stuff that he misled us on a widely debunked miracle cure. Here it is. You trashed a man that we know cares about us. And then you showed the difference between you and him. When confronted with what you obviously put out there about him, you lied about it.
You said that Dr. Fauci misled the country about hydroxychloroquine. How so?
No, not at all. I don't even know what his stance is on it.
Vaughn, put the tweet back up. It was last night. And we're all too sophisticated for this. Well, he didn't tweet it, he retweeted it. It's the same thing, and we all know it. So he's asked, and he says, oh, no, never, not at all. I don't even know his stance. Then why did you put this out? This is why you're not where Fauci is. You go on a Twitter bender, retweeting videos, and the reason that we are being pancaked by the pandemic is that instead of acting, you would rather trash the man who is trying to act, the man you call your top scientist. And in favor of who and what? You're going to trash Fauci. You better have good reasons for trashing Fauci, right? You know we care about what he says, right? You know he's proven himself to us, right? So what do you do it with? In favor of someone making unproven claims about hydroxychloroquine. A doctor who argued against the value of masks that you just said we're patriotic to wear, but you're going to support someone who says you don't need them. A doctor who has published videos talking about alien DNA. That's who you're going to promote over Tony Fauci. Someone who has insisted that sex with spirits is responsible for a range of medical problems. That over Tony Fauci. That's the doctor that the president wants to use to amplify his own message. Now do you get why you are not as popular? Let it sink in. Listen to Tony Fauci in how he addresses this nonsense.
I have not been misleading the American public under any circumstances.
Does he say anything about you? No and never. Does he grandstand? No and never. Simple and true. And we believe him because we know it from what he has shown us. He has not misled us. Has he been wrong? Yes. Has he been slow? Yes. And he has told us that. But you, sir, over and over, from behind the presidential seal, just a bunch of bunk.